historic Hinkle Fieldhouse. I saw that Butler Rhode Island game. Well, I wouldn't want to go to Rhode Island and play.
No, Denny Hurley and Bobby Hurley, they've got that team playing hard right now. Mendel Thomas dribbles that one off his foot out of bounds. At least it looked that way. Maybe it was deflected by St. Louis. Yep, it was. 82-68 the score, 137 to play here in the second half. Don't forget Nevada, Colorado State coming up right after this one comes to a close. Ted Robinson fresh off the Super Bowl. The voice of the San Francisco 49ers. Another steal. Here comes Jordair Jet.
Bring it back out. Look to get the ball inside to Evans.
There you go. Evans has had a whale of the second half. That's 42 points inside the paint for St. Louis.
They have done a great job in adjusting. Oh, what a move by Thomas.
Move of the night right there. And foul called as Mitchell will go to the free throw line. Mendel Thomas was said averaged 27 points while he was a senior in high school. A10 Rookie of the Week, 16.5 points, 7.5 rebounds, and this is why there's a bright future.
Yeah, and that's just athletic because he's going around one of the best guards defensively in the conference. 7, 11, and 19 points for the freshman. He continues to play well in A10 play.
Now the second shot for Mitchell. 6 points so far. Make it 7. St. Louis 15 of 25 from the free throw line. That is the only blemish, I think, tonight. Maybe the fact they've given up 70 points, too. From the corner, and Mendel Thomas with a three-pointer. And they have fouled Cody Ellis. Ellis will go to the free throw line. Mendel Thomas 22 points. The I-File on Fordham's upcoming schedule. They head to Philadelphia to take on LaSalle, Xavier, Butler, GW, and Richmond. And well, there you go. Tom Pecora's team does not have an easy schedule as well as the season moves on. That Butler game, by the way, here at Rose Hill is already sold out. Jammed to capacity. As Cody Ellis makes the first free throw.
He needs to move back.
You think so?
4 feet. Shoot that three. You know, guy that shoots so well. Missing that free throw. You can see his grimace on the way back down court.
Now 88-73. Thomas again for 3. No good this time. Evans with the rebound.
And Fordham's not going to foul right now. A little bit out of reach, but I'll tell you, I was impressed. This is a Fordham team that is young, but they're giving it everything they can. I think they take a lesson from St. Louis, and some of these young guys have the heart. That's what Tom Pecora is looking for. He's looking for a team that has his character.
They scored 73 points.
Absolutely.
Against St. Louis. There's Evans down low. 24 points, 9 rebounds for Evans. 19.2 to play. St. Louis has put 90 points on the Fordham Rams tonight. 12 seconds left. Frazier lets it fly. It's no good, and that'll do it. St. Louis has won 5 consecutive ball games as they win tonight convincingly over the Fordham Rams, 90-73. It's the longest active winning streak in the Atlantic 10. Yeah, they allowed 73 points, but they scored 90. Cody Ellis had a big night, so did Dwayne Evans. Once again, the final score, St. Louis 90, Fordham 73. For Steve Wolf and our entire crew, I'm Tom McCarthy. For scores, highlights, features, and more, go to CBSSports.com. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. So long from Fordham. Thanks for watching, everyone. It's time to head to the studios in New York.
This is the CBSSports.com update, presented by Barbasol.
Hi everybody, I'm Kevin Cork. In the association, we've talked a lot about the Los Angeles Lakers and their struggles on the floor and sometimes personality struggles. Well, now it's the injury bug that's bothering LA once again. Ken Berger has an interesting piece at our website, and he's talking about Pau Gasol, who is now expected to be out up to 6 weeks with a foot injury. More bad news, quite frankly, for the folks over in Los Angeles. The details again at our website, CBSSports.com. If you've been following this PED story in Major League Baseball, the news just does not seem to be getting better. In fact, some would argue it is getting even worse. A provocative piece at our website as we talk about what it means, not just for players on the field now, but for those who have been on the field and are now trying to get back into the action. If you're a hockey fan, you know that we're going to get you ready for the weekend's action. Our Adam Getz has the story of the LA Kings. Yeah, they're struggling a little bit, but they're still one of the teams to beat. This has been a CBSSports.com update presented by Barbazol. Shave like a man.
They say the Billiken has three kinds of luck: good, better, and best. Shortly after Jim Crew's squad found fortune with a beatdown of Butler, the focus shifts to the women's game and first-year head coach Lisa Stone. She and her Billikens try to forge their own luck tonight on CBS Sports Network.
Top shot goes down.
Beautiful stroke.
5 seconds. Rushed in to the rim.
Driving hard is Diggins. He lays it up in. Got it.
Money.
The beauty that is nighttime under the arch. Welcome to the Show Me State, St. Louis, Missouri, and A-10 women's basketball on CBS Sports Network as the St. Louis Billikens play host to the UMass men and women. And good evening, everybody. I'm John Sadak alongside former Marist Red Fox Julianne Vianney. We mentioned that Lisa Stone's in her first year with these Billikens, but she and her counterpart are very veteran.
They're two very experienced coaches. They both came up through the ranks starting at D3 schools, then they moved into Division I ranks, one at Wisconsin, one at Vermont, led their teams to the big dance, met each other head-to-head 3 years ago, and now trying to bring their winning ways to these two programs.
Now, that clash came in the NCAA tournament, but these are not tournament teams today. They are rebuilding projects. And for UMass, one of the big areas of focus, turning the ball over.
Turnovers have definitely been UMass's Achilles heel this season. They've really struggled where that's concerned. They like to play fast, but because of that, haven't taken care of the ball. Nola Henry at the point will have to lead this effort. As only a freshman, she was baptized by fire this season. For St. Louis, their defense has been their best attribute, along with rebounding. They're second only to St. Joe's in the A-10 conference games in defending the three at 22%. They really pack it in, and they'll need to defend UMass's high-low offense to Jasmine Watson.
Two somewhat similar squads, two very veteran coaches, and two young units collide tonight. A Minute Woman is ready in an instant. A Billiken brings her own luck. Who will win tonight? Let's find out on CBS Sports Network.
"75 years of NCAA March Madness presented by Coke Zero. In one of the most highly anticipated college basketball games of all time, Magic Johnson led Michigan State against Larry Bird and Indiana State in 1979. Bird had 19 for the Sycamores, but Magic was brilliant, scoring 24 points and leading the Spartans to their first title in school history. Go to ncaa.com/March Madness and vote for the all-time March Madness players, teams, and moments.
Meet Viggle, the free app that rewards you simply for watching DirecTV. Just check in to your favorite shows and start earning points towards a mocha latte, a designer tea, or a trip across the Mediterranean Sea. Hey, they're your points. You choose how to spend them. Download the free Viggle app today and enter promo code DirecTV to unleash exclusive offers and 5,000 bonus points. DirecTV and Viggle. You love TV. Isn't it time TV loved you back?
The General gives over 1 million online car insurance quotes every year.
It only takes a couple of minutes. That's fast.
They do have great low rates.
And it's completely anonymous.
And the General's customer satisfaction rating is 97%.
Affordable car insurance from the General. Get a free quote right now and choose your own due date.
For a great low rate you can get online, go to the General and save some time.
Attention sleep apnea sufferers. If you're using CPAP therapy and are covered by Medicare, then qualify in minutes for the CPAP replacement supplies you need at no cost.
Let Eye on My Sleep help you enjoy the full benefit of your CPAP therapy by replacing your mask, cushion, filter, and tubing on a regular basis.
If you have Medicare or private insurance, call now to qualify for your CPAP replacement supplies at no cost. Plus, get free home delivery. Call Eye on My Sleep now at 1-800-449-6102. Together, we're healthier.
From where we started in that WashU scrimmage to for right now. Do you feel like a different team? Can you feel it changing? Do you feel good at Xavier? Let's feel good tonight. Feel good, play good. Let's go get this done.
How could you not be pumped up by that speech? I'm sure some similar tones were heard from Sharon Dawley, third-year head coach at UMass, the winningest head coach in Vermont women's basketball history, but a native of Massachusetts and wanted to return home to the Commonwealth. For the starting lineups, one particular player has some emotions coursing through her veins. Caroline Cloutier tore her ACL on this floor against St. Louis just last year. While for the St. Louis Billikens, L'Oreal Jones, they're do everything big. Team high 12 points, 8.5 rebounds per game for the junior from Detroit, Michigan. This series still in its infancy. Only started back in 2006. St. Louis leads it 4-3. Billikens have not won back-to-back games in the series since 08-09, but did take the most recent tilt as in Chaifetz Arena. A little too eager on the first jump, so a second tap goes to the Minute Women. John Sadak alongside former Marist Red Fox star Julianne Vianney. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. St. Louis has won 2 of 3, both wins on the road against Richmond. You heard the Xavier game mentioned by head coach Lisa Stone, while UMass is going through a tough year. 3-19 losses in 6 straight at 14-15.
Yeah, so this is going to really be a big game for UMass. They want to try to get on the board and win a game or 2.
And on UMass's first possession, a turnover by way of a shot clock violation.
And already St. Louis starting out in that pack-it-in defense that we talked about in the open, and that's been their best thing this year, is they have stayed in games at all because of the fact that they can play deep, even if their offense hasn't been falling.
St. Louis trying to post up for L'Oreal Jones. Instead, Castleman off the screen, a tip pass, still finds Jones in the high post.
And Jones and Watson are a pretty good combo to watch today. The two of them are such similar players, similar bodies. I just think that they're going to be fun. I think they match up extremely well together.
UMass team shoots the 3 very, very well. Second in the league in makes and efficiency. Here's a quick 3 ball. Mattel's effort offline, but the offensive carom, and then a quick strip thanks to J.C. Bradley. As her pocket picked in return as it pinballs free to the Minute Women. The head man of Cloutier, that's the exact spot of the floor. She tore her ACL last year, and she converts. You see her braced up knee as she gallops the other way.
And when we talked to Coach Dawley about that before the game, she said, I did hear her mention it, but I tried to ignore it. I don't want her to get in her own head. And as a former player, when you go to a place where you tore your knee, that could be a lot of pressure on your mind.
L'Oreal Jones fouled. There is the brace. Caroline Cloutier, who started her career at Old Dominion, transferred to UMass. Oddly enough, the UMass men had shooting guard Jesse Morgan suffer an almost identical injury on nearly the exact same spot of this foreign floor at St. Louis this year.
And that is just something you do not see every day, and especially the men's game, it's not as prevalent as it is in the women's game.
Free throw converted. Foul, by the way, went to Sheeta Timbilla as the first of the game.
And the thing about UMass is that they have been shooting the 3 very well this season, but their last game against Temple was they shot 16%, which was very uncharacteristic of them. And I asked Coach Dawley what was wrong in that game. She said, we were just cold.
That can happen from time to time, but when you attack the rim, like Nola Henry did there,
right,
can solve your shooting woes.
Yeah, you can't live and die by the 3, because when you attack the basket, it opens up that perimeter game for you.
Nice job to shield, but not quite the finish. Desiree Ball. UMass wants to push it. You can see the Minute Women rushing up the floor.
And tempo is going to be a big thing today. St. Louis wants to try to slow down UMass because they want to run the whole game if possible. That's why you've seen so many turnovers this season by them.
Henry for 3.
Good patience by UMass. Moving the ball, hitting it on the ball reversal.
She was a key distributor. She got her first start. That was against Bowling Green, December the 19th. Had 11 assists. But the turnovers have outnumbered the dimes since that game. Great ball pressure. Yet again, it's the athletic Henry who comes up with the ball.
And I think that's something you can also see a lot of today is UMass is going to pressure the guards because they didn't do it their last game against Temple. Temple really killed them in that position. Their guards got way too many easy shots. So today, you already see it. UMass, anytime St. Louis gets it on the wing, they're attacking it.
Open look for three. A miss for J.C. Bradley, who's the top 5 3-point shooter in Billiken history. UMass quickly getting into its offense. We're seeing pieces of the inside-outside game. There, the soft fade, Jasmine Watson, the timeout called by Lisa Stone.
A really quick 9 points by UMass. Right now, the Billikens just not really doing a good job in stopping UMass from getting what they want. They're moving the ball very well. They're getting it in the paint where they want to get it. And this is a good job, a nice move by Watson to the center of the lane. That's right up her power alley right there. That is where she wants the ball. And you got to send some people on St. Louis to dig in there, not allow it. Look at her numbers here. She's averaging almost 12 a game, and she's shooting the ball extremely well at 50%.
She normally gets a lot of double teams. She entered this year needing 20 points to get 1,000 for her career. She dropped 21 in the season opening defeat of Kent State. That was a 30-point win. Only 2 wins have followed, Julianne.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. She came out very strong, and they have really struggled because the problem is, as a forward, as a post player in the middle, she's kind of their leading go-to person, but she doesn't have the ball. She doesn't handle the ball. It's a little different when you have a post player as the leader.
St. Louis team, 6 possessions, 0 for 3 shooting. And turnovers to boot. And there's another near giveaway. 1 on the timer. Timeout on the floor. Nola Henry, though, bringing her A game. Turning over her opponent and putting in the shot from deep. UMass up 8.
Let's take every drop of courage, every ounce of inspiration, every bit of determination, and go where we've never gone before. Introducing the radically new Avalon. Toyota. Let's go places.
Whether it's mom's smartphone, dad's tablet, Lauren's smartphone, or Kevin's smartphone, AT&T Mobile Share makes it affordable for the whole family to share data on all their devices. Connect a tablet and save $100. AT&T. Rethink possible.
Yeah! That just happened! Yes, it did. No!
Yes, 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 yes! We did it! Yes, we did it! Oh, we did it!
See you, bud. Later.
Honey, who was that?
Who, that guy? I don't know.
Get caught up in the excitement. Buffalo Wild Wings. More wings, more beer, more sports.
Hey, who's this?
The band plays on 9-1. UMass the lead at St. Louis. The Minute women have just 1 league win, 1 road win on the year. But 1 is the operative number for Lisa Stone's squad. It's 1 point on the board and 1 second on the timer. Baseline entry to come. Julianne Vianney. Lisa Stone is very veteran. Her first year with St. Louis, but she's a former Big Ten Coach of the Year. What do you draw with 1 second on the timer?
Oh, it's got to be a quick one. I think you throw it up high to a post player and try to tip it in, or you do that. Shoot it from the 3.
J.C. Bradley off target. Then UMass turns it over as Jasmine Watson could not secure dribble. It's a 7-0 UMass spurt over barely more than 2 minutes.
And St. Louis has only taken 3 shots so far on the game. They haven't really gotten any great looks at the basket. And Ball is 0 for 2 right now, not really getting any good looks either.
Desiree Ball. No good looks. Off the dump down low. Womack loses handle. 5 to shoot. Another entry to come.
Nice rotation by UMass on D.
That's what Sharon Dawley has said, that they'll hang their hat on defense, although their numbers have not been nearly as pristine as St. Louis is on the year. There's another field goal miss.
The thing that you'll find about both of these teams is they really play hard no matter who they're going up against.
But here, Julianne, we see fronting the post with the double, Desiree Ball tipping it out of play.
Hey, you see a little bit of a change there because that wasn't happening earlier on. And if you got a player fronting, that means someone's got to be behind her, and then there's someone else that's open, so it's going to be important that UMass finds the other players on the floor.
Foul before the entry. This UMass team has been very efficient. It has scored on 4 of its last 6 possessions. Nola Henry, freshman out of Willingboro, New Jersey. She has 5 early. Dump it down low to their big and Watson. Double and kick.
See the guards doing a better job for St. Louis digging down.
5 to shoot. To the cup, left-handed, a little strong for Timbilla. Desiree Ball. Courtney Webb leading the break. Bradley. There's the lid on that bucket.
Yeah, St. Louis just struggling to get the ball in the basket. It's not like they're not getting a couple of shots. They're getting some shots. They're not great looks, but they're just not making them right now.
Boutier's 3 offline. Nearly saved by Nola Henry. But it will be Billiken ball. And UMass can go a little deeper into its bench. That's been a key for both clubs, Julianne, who are missing not stars, but some minutes impactful role players due to injury.
Yeah, there's a lot of injuries, and then there's a lot of freshmen having to play minutes for both of these teams where it wasn't quite expected to get all the time that they have, especially UMass. They're playing a lot of youngsters.
Force look down low, intended for Mallory Eggert. The very active hands of UMass.
And St. Louis likes to play an inside-out type of game. They want to play that no matter who they're playing against. They're really huge believers in that.
Off the entry, soft touch. Not there for Courtney Webb, the DePaul transfer. UMass flies down the floor. Ball movement has been very impressive so far.
Yeah, UMass looks very fundamentally sound and patient right now. They're moving the ball well. I wouldn't doubt it if St. Louis puts on a little token pressure, kind of slow them down a little bit, because they like to move it up the floor and kind of score in some transition. But a lot of their game right now has been in the half court, and they've done pretty well.
Aisha Rodney misses the bunny. It is surprising, though, this UMass team that's 3-19 was bubbling with positivity and shoot around today and is playing such a cohesive team game tonight.
And Coach Dawley said, we're not really satisfied with our record this year. They've played a lot of good minutes and good games, but they haven't played 40 minutes in any of those minutes. So she's hoping that at this point they can make that turnaround and they can finish out ball games.
Another sub as Kiara Bombin comes in off the bench, redshirt junior from Australia. Bombin coming off a huge game, a team-high 14 in just 24 minutes off the bench in what was a big-time win. A sub for the Billikens as well, Mallory Eggert.
Yeah, but you mentioned it before, and St. Louis does have a very nice balance. They've got 5 players averaging between 9 and 12 points a game, so Coach Stone can really rotate those girls in and out a bit.
Offense has been at a premium. These teams combined have missed their last 9 field goal tries. Jones off the bounce. Denied. That's where the length of Rodney and her teammates really disrupted St. Louis. Aggressive take and a foul. The reward as Bombin attacks against Courtney Webb.
tough player to cover because she's kind of a small forward. So she plays a little bit inside, a little bit outside, but she's just one of those really hard blue-collar type players.
Bobbin, a transfer to Florida Gulf Coast. She was a foreign exchange student in Iowa in her high school days.
She might not have a ton of points per game, but she is just one of those players you want on the floor who just plays so hard and defends very well.
Quick trigger out of the corner. Not there for Desiree Ball, but the rebound and putback also off target for Jenna Mueller.
But St. Louis is just so cold right now. They need someone to put one in the basket.
Lisa Stone is sitting on the bench, resting her face in her hands, clearly frustrated. UMass lobs it away.
And she told us before the game, we've just really struggled making baskets. That's the bottom line.
Timeout on the floor. 11:58 to go in the first. It's 10-1 UMass.
If digestive issues are twisting up your life, try Shift Digestive Advantage. Its probiotics survives 10 times better to get where you need it for healthy digestion. Take the Digestive Advantage 14-day challenge with a money-back guarantee.
Golden Corral just passed America's Family Budget Act. Right now, kids eat for just $2.99 Monday through Thursday. It's all your endless Golden Corral favorites, including our new sirloin filet and our non-stop butterfly shrimp. The $2.99 Kids Dinner Special, only at Golden Corral.
Weather conditions aren't nearly as nice as where we came from. With the wind chill, it's 10 below. Flight attendants for Fairplay.
We have record loads out there, so bundle up and thank you for flying with us.
Now with My Buick Remote Start, the new Buick Enclave makes sure you're ready for anything. Just one more way. The new Enclave is smart, made beautiful.
What are you doing?
Oh, hey. Using night vision goggles to keep an eye on my spicy buffalo wheat thins.
Who's gonna take your wheat
I don't know.
thins?
An intruder. The dog. Bigfoot. You get the light?
Coming up this week, PBR Built for Tough Series LiftMaster Invitational returns to Honda Center. It's the 16th straight year in Anaheim, California. Airs Saturday at 10 o'clock Eastern Time right here on CBS Sports Network. It's been a little ugly offensively. St. Louis and UMass tonight have combined for a field goal drought that has lasted 4 minutes, 10 seconds, a combined 0 for 12 from the field in that time. St. Louis on the game is 0 for 11. John Sadak and former Marist star Julianne Vianney courtside at Chaffetz Arena. I wonder if that media timeout was especially welcome for Lisa Stone and her rather heralded huddle extreme experience.
Yeah, they really need a spark, and they just got one right there. Good job. You know they were executing a specific play there. They needed that very bad.
Nisha Womack finally gets the first bucket.
UMass right now as well, out rebounding St. Louis 13-6, so they're doing that well too. As St. Louis wants to get some easy baskets, they've got to bang the boards to get some offensive ones on the glass.
Dean Montgomery at one point was the team's primary point guard, but travels. Let's take another look at how easy this was after such a difficult start.
Nice penetration, and see how UMass sends out two players to really jump the ball hard, and a good job finding Womack rolling to the basket.
And while it has been a really difficult start for the Billikens, only down 7. Jones playing with a foul. What a taut angle leader.
That's all off the two-man game. I think they're going to play a little more two-man game and try to get some openings that way, but a good job.
Bobbin trying to lead her teammate Cloutier in the corner triple try off to Montgomery.
And
a quick travel.
UMass wants to make sure that they're not living and dying by that three. St. Louis getting their second bucket of the game, and good ball movement here, and that's a nice shot fake by Jones. Able to penetrate, put her head down and go.
She hasn't been the same player for a while as Montgomery, who lost her starting job due to injury, goes out. The woman who took it from her, Nola Henry, comes in to run point. Jones had a concussion in St. Louis's game against Memphis and has not consistently been the same player since.
Not quite, and Coach Stone calls her the ball getter of their club. So she said she's one of those players that really hustles, but that's been a tough thing for her. It's really kind of gotten her off beat.
Ball reversal with single digits on the timer, and Henry has it stripped away and fouls in frustration. Haley Castleman, the X Factor, the energy kid, as Lisa Stone calls her, frustrated the young Frosh into a mistake. There's Dee Montgomery on the bench. Dee Montgomery and Nola Henry have each had 11 assist games this year. That's tied for the second best showing in the league.
Yeah,
and yet this UMass team turns it over so much.
They do, and Dee Montgomery started out the season as the point guard, then she got hurt 10 games in, and Nolan had to come in and take the reins over. She wasn't quite ready to do that, but Coach Dolly needed her to do it. She's the point guard of the future, and she's kept the job. But they turned the ball over way too much.
Castleman, who helped create that turnover at one end, just converted at the other. Now this UMass big-time lead has been slimmed to a bucket. And a 3-ball off for Nola Henry.
And those turnovers will come back to get you, and I think that's the thing that's very frustrating for Coach Dolly. If they can clean that up, they can be a much better ball team.
Jones, point blank, unable to put it home. End line out of bounds. And UMass is going to call timeout. So after an early 10-1 spurt, UMass starting to go cold. 4 possessions, 3 turnovers, 0 for 1 from the field. And Coach Dolly has seen some games get away this year. That's part of her frustration. The team is 3-19, but they haven't been blown out nightly.
Right. They've hung in every single game. They've battled. They worked really hard, and they just cannot seem to put 40 minutes together, and that's what's been so frustrating. She says, if you end the game with 25 turnovers, that's also going to get you. So that's something they've got to really slim down. Otherwise, they're giving buckets to opponents way too easily.
UMass has turned it over 7 times, resulting in 6 St. Louis points. Conversely, St. Louis only 3 giveaways and just 2 total points for the Minute Women.
A lot of times the giveaway stuff does have to do with the youth as well. I mean, UMass is young. They've got to get used to taking care of the ball, get used to this level of play, and they've got to be more patient on the offensive end.
St. Louis getting back into the game with its defense, slowly chipping offensively. Trigger from J.C. Bradley. Jones immediately underneath. The board, the putback, no. A third try off the drop step, loses it out of play.
And we saw them run that and shoot around today, and Coach Stone wants that ball to get to Jones there because she's tough when she gets it underneath.
There's Courtney Webb, who last year led the team in scoring at 11.5 per game. She's been coming off the bench of late, in part due to a bruised tailbone she suffered going after a rebound in practice.
Yeah, that's tough. That's something that's hard to come back to.
Missed 2 games outright as a consequence. Nice look opposite. Natal, the head fake. And a foul on the floor underneath. Supreme position by Watson. Foul on Womack.
Watson is tough. She's someone you've got to find that body and really just put a body on her because she is tough down low on the boards.
They did just that as the same 2 players collided and each tumbled upon entry. Quick release 3-ball, not there for Jasmine Harris. That physicality, though, is something Lisa Stone, who coached for the Big Ten for a long time, welcomes.
Oh, she loves the physical play. I asked her before the game, do you think that the referees call enough in the Atlantic 10 Conference? And she said, oh yeah, I do. I mean, I wish they'd call less, to be honest. I love it when it's a physical style of play, but there are other coaches out there that don't agree with that. They think, it's too physical. girls can't finish the way guys can with bumping and all that stuff. So it's kind of a topic of debate.
Foul goes on Rashida Timbilla. So she has picked up 2 in the early stage. She was the first Minute woman to ever begin her career with a double-double, but has worn down a bit as a freshman since league play has gotten underway. And Elisa Stone is remarkably poised, savvy. She's a conversationalist, has spent time in the media, worked for the Big Ten Network as an analyst, and tends to steal some pieces here and there from some other coaching staffs. Now the veteran coach has her team on an 8-0 run to make it a 1-point game.
Yeah, she had such an itch to get back into coaching. And she's one of those just successful, fiery people that you just can't help but feed off of her energy.
And despite all that energy, has not received a tech on her career.
Right, that's unbelievable. She said that before the game, and I was like, wow. The thing is, she doesn't ever swear. She's a real good person. She might get intense, but she never ticks off referees enough to get a T.
One-on-one, down low, and playing right into Watson's hands. Eggert rejected. The odd man break. Timbilla some contacts. No call on the bucket.
Timbilla, 2 big buckets, both times penetrating to the basket. She's such an athlete. A 6'1", 4 player, but she plays like a guard. She can handle the ball like a guard and face up and go to the basket.
First pass down low, and who else but Timbilla to force the turnover. Sharon Dawley rolling the dice a bit, playing her young player with 2 fouls. And it's working because she helps facilitate Watson for the and 1, and the Superman pose thereafter. Timeout on the floor, 7:08 to go in the first half. Back and forth they go. The young gun Timbilla and her Minute women up 7.
Research suggests cell health plays a key role throughout our lives. One A Day Men's 50 Plus is a complete multivitamin designed for men's health concerns as we age. It has 7 antioxidants to support cell health. One A Day Men's 50 Plus.
Take notes on the spot. Catch every detail with Video Zoom. And now, run 2 apps at the same time on the same screen. The freedom to do what you want, when you want.
Let's go again.
With the quad-core powered LG Optimus G. Available on AT&T.
They're coming! Giants! Ready the archers! Wait for it! So what did you find out up there? Do these giants have any weaknesses? Not many, no.
Here comes the thunder.
Jack the Giant Slayer, rated PG-13, in Real D 3D and IMAX 3D March 1st.
What are you doing?
Oh, hey. Using night vision goggles to keep an eye on my spicy buffalo wheat thins.
Who's gonna take your
I don't
weekends?
know. An intruder. The dog. Bigfoot. You get the light?
What's going on? Hurry up, it's close! It's a Yeti! Must have weapons!
It's been a game of runs. A UMass 10-1 spurt began the game. Billikens responded with 8 unanswered. UMass a 6-0 run since. And 16-9 your score from Chaffetz Arena in St. Louis, Missouri. John Sadak, former Marist star Julianne Vianney courtside. Jasmine Watson breaking out her Cam Newton impression yet again, showing those biceps. Some free throws forthcoming. She has a chance for a 3-point play.
She sure was, and she's a tough player. Strong.
Hails from South Bend. Got a chance to play at Notre Dame this year. That was by design. Sharon Dawley did not recruit this senior. Third-year head coach. Wanted to give her a chance to play in her hometown. Sharon Dawley is coaching in her home state. She said that the only job that could take her away from Vermont, she became the winningest head coach in program history, would be a job in the state of Massachusetts. Watson, the rejection. That that's where her family tie really comes in.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. And she said she got the opportunity to go back to her hometown, and she said my parents they were getting young, a little bit older, and it was hard. I couldn't see them. And then what was interesting is as soon as she moved back to Massachusetts, her father passed away, so she's now able to be there for her mother. So it's kind of a touching story when you think about it. And her dad was always her biggest fan, went to all of the games at Vermont.
Her dad, Dave, would drive a little more than 4 hours in the wintry conditions of New England. A former coach himself, he got the coaching bug in the year of his daughter at a young age. And as soon as he retired, he indeed was at every game. He urged his daughter to take the UMass job. And she still reflects back on that day in South Bend, the NCAA tournament. She and her Catamounts beat Lisa Stone in Wisconsin. She said that's the moment that her family constantly revisits, the chance to fly on a charter. Her dad was a huge Notre Dame fan, and to win a game in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, that was such an exciting time of her life and her family's life, and it's pretty cool to see that her family just supported her that much.
How about the matchup down to the block between Watson and Jones?
And a beautiful post-entry pass, and there's Watson. With her back to the basket, she is so tough to stop, and there's nobody three-quarter front defending her or digging down on her. She's able to make moves down there pretty easily.
But on that last possession before the ball went out of bounds, it was Watson against Jones, rejecting her a couple of times. Those are two similarly sized, very similar numbers-oriented players. So far, the edge has gone to the visiting Watson. Release, Jasmine Harris. UMass team that came out sparkling is slowed slightly. It leads by 9. Jones diving down the lane, travels.
But if UMass is able to continue to get the ball into Watson, guarantee St. Louis will be all over her. If they're not all over her, she'll have a field day. But if they get down on her, then they'll be able to kick the ball out and shoot those threes that they love to shoot.
Lisa Stone pensively watching on, hands folded behind her back. These Minutewomen eager to get the ball down to Watson. She's in a battle with Jones. Help digs down, she spins away, and what a shot by Jasmine Watson.
She makes some real tough moves down low. She fakes her head, and she can really just post up hard. She's very, very strong. In that kind of situation, J.C. Bradley's got to dig down a little bit longer and try to get that basketball when she puts it on the floor.
Nice crossover, Bradley, swish.
And quick crossover there that time. Bradley creating some space for herself to shoot that.
Bradley was told by her head coach before the year, I'm giving you the keys to the car. It's your job to get our team to its destination safely each night. First-year head coach said, you're my player, I'm going with you.
And she's done it, and Coach Stone is happy with how she has done in that type of position.
A foul and a timeout on the floor. Cloutier picks up her first, but Jasmine Watson has been making buckets. She and her Minutewomen up 9.
If digestive issues are twisting up your life, try Shift Digestive Advantage. Its probiotics survives 10 times better to get where you need it for healthy digestion. Take the Digestive Advantage 14-day challenge with a money-back guarantee.
Let's go places. Not just the ones you can find on a map, but the ones you can find in your heart. Because inspiration doesn't favor those who sit still. It dances with the daring and rewards the courageous with ideas. Ideas that inspire. Ideas that take you places you never imagined. Ideas big enough to make the heart skip a beat. And in some cases, maybe 2. Toyota, let's go places.
doing?
Oh, hey. Using night vision goggles to keep an eye on my spicy buffalo wheat thins.
Who's gonna take your wheat
I don't
thins?
know. An intruder. The dog. Bigfoot. You get the light?
What's going on? Hurry up, it's close! It's a Yeti! Must have wheat thins.
Action. Cut.
Yeah, we're gonna need another wall. What's the number for props?
Take a note. Make a call. All on the same screen. LG Optimus G.
Relax.
Available on AT&T.
Coming up on AT&T at the half, we'll survey the A10 women's basketball coaches and find out what jobs they took en route to the coaching ranks. Examine Lisa Stone just a touch bit closer in her storied career to this point. Stats, highlights, and a whole lot more coming up on AT&T at the half. We thought a big key would be UMass's outside shooting. Go figure, UMass is 1 of 8 from outside, but a 16-6 edge in the paint because of Jasmine Watson.
Yeah, Watson has been all over the floor. She's making some nice back-to-the-basket post moves, and nobody really stopping her or digging down on her to not allow her to do that. She's 4 for 4 in the game. She needs to keep getting that basketball. She's shooting 100%, 7 rebounds, 8 points, and 3 blocks. Not a bad stat line for the first half.
Top 10 scorer in program history, and now just 2 rebounds short, becoming the 6th minute woman with 700 rebounds. So St. Louis, the home-standing club, hiding the outside shot of Courtney Webb, team high 31st triple name.
The redshirt senior, she's a leader, definitely has to take the reins while she's out on that floor.
They get it to Watson, help and wait, so she finds Henry. His 3 is offline. Billikens up the floor, headman to Bradley, lays it in. What floor vision by Courtney Webb.
Yeah, that's a great pass by Webb, and a good job running the floor by Bradley. You don't see St. Louis run the floor in transition a whole heck of a lot, but that's where they can see some easy baskets and get into the flow of the game.
Baseline Jay for Rodney, not a great shot. Excellent box out. And the ball in the hands of Bradley. Plays more minutes than anyone in the A10, more than 37 per game. Her teammate Desiree Ball is second at 36.5. Webb shielding well, can't hit, but the board of the putback for Mallory Eggert.
A strong play by Eggert, just a hustle play, just getting to the position on the block.
Lisa Stone called Eggert perhaps the strongest player I have ever coached. She coached at Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's a huge compliment because she saw some big bodies and some strong post players in Wisconsin.
Watson doubled, what a pass. Opposite with the 3 ball, not there yet again. Rodney offline, and St. Louis on a 9-0 spurt is within a possession.
If UMass is not shooting the ball well from the perimeter, St. Louis can continue to double team Watson. Got to force UMass to really capitalize on those threes.
You might notice lower right portion of your screen, the possession arrow graphic. That jumper off for Courtney Webb. That's innovation from the good folks here at CBS Sports Network. First of its kind, showing you who the arrow favors right on your screen. While the arrow favors the Billikens, Jasmine Watson is the first to double figures.
And that's a nice job by Nola Henry. She thought about shooting that ball, but she saw her girl down on the block, and Watson lobbed it right into her. That's good recognition by Henry.
And a foul off ball. Castleman trying to fight her way through the Minutewomen on the far side. Castleman picks up her first. 1 minute even to go in this first half. Julianne, what are you looking for here? Do you milk the clock in this situation and go one possession, or are you just going best shot?
I would go with my best shot right now. First half, you want to continue to move the basketball and try to get the best shot you can.
It's pretty easy when you go right down the lane and bank it home like Caroline Cloutier.
Yeah, that's a nice move right there. Slicing through the lane. Nobody even stepping up for St. Louis to stop that.
Sharon Dawley has said she wants her to be more aggressive getting to the rim. And twice we've seen her do that and lay it home on the very floor she tore her ACL last year. zapper of summer for mobility. Jones, the long two. That's one of those oh no, oh yes moments for a coach.
Oh yeah, you're happy when you can hit that shot at the end of the half, put them within 4 points. That was a big bucket.
Each team has called it's use it or lose it. Men and women holding. Henry loses it en route. Scooped up by Ball. The midcourt at the horn. It'll be a 4-point margin. The UMass stormed out to a 10-1 lead, but these Billikens fight back and make it a game at the break. We'll step aside when we come back. AT&T at the half. We'll visit with some coaches around the A-10, find out how they got to the coaching ranks. Stats, the scores, highlights, and more. 4-point game in St. Louis. The Minute Women have the edge.
On our 150th anniversary, we could run an ad showing our campus back then. But at UMass Amherst, we'd rather show you everything that's happening here right now. Hey, you don't get to be one of the best public universities in the country by living in the past. UMass Amherst, always moving forward.
Don't miss any of the action as the Atlantic 10 Women's Basketball Championship tips off at St. Joseph's Hagan Arena March 8th through the 10th. Be a part of history as the championship finale then heads to Brooklyn for the inaugural women's basketball event at Barclays Center on March 16th at 7 p.m. with an NCAA bid on the line. Tickets start at $5 and are available now at the St. Joseph's ticket office, Atlantic10.com, and Ticketmaster.com.
I'd like it to be like a carnival of the dispossessed and the damned, like across the screen of oddities and vagrants, weirdos, the deformed, the disfigured, all marching across the screen, proud, noble. That's why I want it to be live. I just want people to think, oh my God, it's out of control. This shouldn't be allowed. Brandex is back tonight, 11:30, only on FX. It's live if you're watching it live. If you watch it later, then it's not live. Everything's live when it actually happened. Casablanca was live when they were filming it.
He's the best Russian fighter in the world.
Alexander Shevchenko, one of the most exciting fighters in any weight class.
And tonight, live on Spike, the middleweight world championship will be decided when Alexander Shlemenko faces jiu-jitsu black belt Michael Falco.
23 victories by way of knockout or TKO.
Plus, who will get one step closer to Pat Curran's world championship?
Don't plan on getting rid of it anytime soon, so I'll bring it.
The featherweight tournament begins. Bellator MMA continues live tonight at 10 on Channel 241.
Attention sleep apnea sufferers. If you're using CPAP therapy and are covered by Medicare, then qualify in minutes for the CPAP replacement supplies you need at no cost.
Let Ion My Sleep help you enjoy the full benefit of your CPAP therapy by replacing your mask, cushion, filter, and tubing on a regular basis.
If you have Medicare or private insurance, call now to qualify for your CPAP replacement supplies at no cost. Plus, get free home delivery. Call Ion My Sleep now at 1-800-449-6102. Together, we're healthier.
CBS Sports Network presents AT&T at the half.
The Arch, one of the many great sights here in St. Louis. And welcome on back to Chaifetz Arena on the campus of St. Louis University. AT&T at the half between the Billikens and the UMass Minute Women. Well, en route to becoming a head coach, there are many unique roads that a coach must travel. They don't all revolve around the hardwood. Lisa Stone was fortunate. She went right from playing to becoming a head coach. But what about some of the other coaches in the A-10? And what kind of odd jobs did they have to do en route to the hardwood?
You're a head coach now, but what's the craziest job you've ever had?
The craziest job? Beach tag inspector. You know, back at Ocean City, my senior year in high school, I was a beach tag inspector. It was great because some really helped in the course, and that wasn't bad. So this one guy, I was walking I was probably about 20 feet behind him, but I saw him read his book. And so as I got closer, all of a sudden, he must have seen, somebody was coming to sell beach tags, and all of a sudden he started nodding out. So then I walked 20 feet past him. I turned around and he was reading his book again, and I'm like, caught you.
I was a camp counselor to a bunch of juvenile delinquents. We took horseback riding once, and one of the horses broke away and took off with the kid on his back.
I
I work at a deli, so I made sandwiches. I didn't keep that job for very long because I made like roast beef sandwiches for myself, while the boss made like bologna sandwiches for himself. So apparently I didn't understand that, you know, you weren't supposed to eat the high-level stuff.
I used to work at a delicatessen in Brooklyn. The guy that owned the place was always worried about getting robbed, and he'd say, "Hey Jim, go pack some Shasta and soda," and we didn't have Shasta, so that meant that I had to chase some like little kid around here who stole a box of chocolate chip cookies or something.
I used to clean golf carts. So in high school, after school, from 3:30 to 8:30, cleaning the golf carts that just came off the course with the power washer. You have to be strong with that power washer. That thing has a mind of its own. It was great. You got to go on the course when everybody was off and play a couple holes. And, drive those carts up and down those hills. Don't tell anybody.
Beach tag inspector cleaning golf carts. For the ones that resonate with me, Julianne, the sandwich makers in the deli.
Oh, well, the sandwich makers. What would we do without sandwich makers? I mean, the humble beginnings of these coaches and everybody, that's what gets me. I think it's great. You start out at the bottom, and then you really appreciate what you get from there.
From the, I guess, outfits that they would wear in their various garb, working their way through the ranks to now pantsuits on a nightly basis.
Yeah, exactly.
Things get better, huh?
They get a little bit better. I mean, they even start, we talked to the coaches before the game, and both of them, we said, they started at the Division III level, and they said, we went from like $7 a day per diem to now, I mean, at the Division I level, we have 7-course meals a day. It just was funny because every single thing you do, you start out at the bottom and you appreciate it as you move up.
Well, there is a feast of basketball around the A-10. Let's survey some of the scores in A-10 women's hoops. Last night, some finals. Butler taking care of Rhode Island. It's been a tough year for the Rams, but Butler has been a surprise squad. And these are tonight's games. Also a 10-point finish for the Dayton Flyers, taking care of Xavier and Duquesne. Oh, that defense for the Dukes has been potent, and the bodies dip has been precipitous.
It has been. And Duquesne 61, that's what stands out there. That game is just unbelievable. I think Duquesne is one of the top players in the conference too. So when they take on Dayton in a couple weeks, I think that's going to be a fun one to watch.
So the A-10 has been a little up, a little down. The Charlotte 49ers, though, according to many, might be that dark horse team. And it's odd to say that, a preseason top 3 choice in the league, but it was when we kicked off our A-10 coverage, their league opener, they lost at home to Fordham. And at the time, everybody thought they lost at home to Fordham. Turns out, Fordham's non-conference record is legit. The Rams are a player as well, but Carrick-Consuegra's club has not lost since.
They haven't. I think that just lit something underneath them, and they were like, we are better than this, and we're going to keep winning. And I think Charlotte is one of the top teams in the A-10 as well. You're going to see them go down to the end, down to the wire. I think them and Fordham, they've shown a whole lot this season in this conference.
And we'll get to see one of the other elite teams in the A-10 the next time that we visit you, as that will come your way from Philadelphia. Big 5 battle between Temple and St. Joe's. That is a Sunday affair at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. They're dancing in St. Louis. Halftime, a 24-20 lead for UMass.
75 years of NCAA March Madness presented by Coke Zero. In one of the most highly anticipated college basketball games of all time, Magic Johnson led Michigan State against Larry Bird and Indiana State in 1979. Bird had 19 for the Sycamores, but Magic was brilliant, scoring 24 points and leading the Spartans to their first title in school history. Go to ncaa.com/March Madness and vote for the all-time March Madness players, teams, and moments.
Driving would be so much easier if trouble would just tell you it was there. But it doesn't. So we put advanced safety features like a rear view camera with available rear cross traffic alert and side blind zone alert into the new Buick Enclave. Just one more way. The new Enclave is smart, made beautiful.
What are you doing?
Oh, hey. Using night vision goggles to keep an eye on my spicy buffalo wheat thins.
Who's gonna take your wheat
I don't
thins?
know. An intruder. The dog. Bigfoot. You get the light?
If digestive issues are twisting up your life, try Shift Digestive Advantage.
Its probiotics survives 10 times better to get where you need it for healthy digestion. Take the Digestive Advantage 14-Day Challenge with a money-back guarantee.